It's a little bit noisy in here right now. I've got the air conditioning and the Merville Evan fans are all going full blast. But I need to record this June 17th, 2023. I just took my first major attack since 2016, like being electrocuted. I almost passed out in the park. Something in the atmosphere hit me yesterday. I passed out for almost 15 hours. Thought I was okay. I know my tumor leg has been bothering me, but that's normal. But no, this was really bad. Just touching my skin, and it was like my nerve ends were on fire, and it shot electrical pain all through my body. And the very sound of Dan's voice and my own voice, it was like a knife in my ear, and it's just insane. And I was semi-paralyzed. I couldn't. I managed to get in. I had to crawl up the stairs, and I went straight to lay down. And Dan gave me beet juice, organic beet juice, and in a half an hour, I slowly pulled out of it. Although I'm still in a lot of pain. But call me crazy. I think the atmosphere is really toxic. I'm going to talk a little. For one thing, what's going on in the Ukraine. All of that toxic bombing. It doesn't just stay in the Ukraine. It goes through the whole of the planet and the atmosphere. And this has been going on since World War I. Nothing is new. But it's just that more and more people are becoming more sensitive to being poisoned. And our bodies can't and brains can't handle it. And that's going to be the way it is for the generations to come. And I want to talk a little bit about when I first started to do my research in 1987. There is a way to completely test the air and identify which are the toxic chemicals, and their very source can be pinpointed. We've had that science for a very long time. And when I was, first I tried calling Canadian ministries, and nobody could talk to me. Finally, one of the guys in the government called me from home. And he said, "Listen, Trudy," he said, "you have no idea how corrupt our system in Canada is." He said, "Health Canada doesn't answer to the politicians. Nobody knows what's going on. They're completely a dictatorship unto themselves." And he said, "On the government civil servants." He said, "Now I work in a particular ministry that I can't tell you where. But he said, we can identify what's in the air and where it's coming from. But he said, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to public it." And he said, "And if I dared to talk to you or to the media," and he said, "if I talked to you from work, I would be fired." And sure enough, I got a phone call a couple of months later. He got fired. They tracked him from home. That was 1987. And this is 2023. And unlike Americans know how bad it is in Canada with our government, but they don't talk about it either. But what they did do was, even though I'm Canadian, every government ministry in the United States, including the White House, helped me, and they sent me research, which I later on passed on to the executives from the United States here in Sudbury Steelworkers Union, and they helped me get better gas mask equipment for our workers. Now, that was in 1990. But, the point is that I got all that information. Every agency in the United States was happy to help me. They weren't under any gag law that they would lose their jobs. So as bad as things are in the States, they're still better than us. So I just want to say that the government civil servants in the United States, they actually care and they do their job and they help people all over the world. Not in Canada. So anyway, the air is toxic, people. Really, really toxic. I'm going to have to start wearing a gas mask outside if I go on the swings, or just do all my exercise indoors. Fiddly-doo. Yeah, that's the way it is. Okay, anyway, thank God for the okra for life diet detox, because without it, I would be, I don't even want to go where I'd be. Been there, done that. Okay.